Darley Start has made a real art out of placing their stallions in new homes and seeing them reap instant rewards, and Daumier is on track to become another such success story. The son of Epaulette is domiciled at Olly and Amber Tait's Twin Hills stud at Cootamundra in southwestern New South Wales, where he's going to get every chance to make his own mark.
Dormier is the winner of the Blue Diamond Stakes.
Olly, it's wonderful to be here at Twin Hills Stud again at Cootamundra in New South Wales. Look at this green countryside. I think it's sort of the envy of a lot of parts of Australia that are so dry, and what a wonderful winter you've had.
Yeah, we're very lucky. Look, it's a lovely part of the world, and we've had a lot of rain through the autumn and into the beginning of the winter. So, as I said, we're very fortunate. Looking forward to a great spring. And
so exciting, of course, to have a new stallion. And we were just talking before in terms of, you know, the money people spend to get a Blue Diamond winner. Well, here he is, Dormier. What an exciting new stallion for Twin Hills.
Yeah, it's hugely exciting for us. To be able to stand a Blue Diamond winner is a rare opportunity. You know, fortunately, we've been given that opportunity. Obviously, we've bought the majority of the horse, but Godolphin have stayed in for a significant share in the horse, and we'll be supporting him with mares as well. So look, he was a very, very good 2-year-old. He's a very good-looking horse, and I think he can be a very good stallion.
Well, the thing with, I guess, Darley and the whole breeding operation, you know, they have so many stallions that it's great to get the opportunity to stand. You know, he's just a beautiful individual, as you said, and we'll go through his pedigree for people that might not know it. But, you know, the horses that have come through the Darley breeding operation, they go on and succeed.
Absolutely, like they're horses of the highest quality, and you look at his pedigree goes back for probably 30, 40 years of Inghams and Darley. So, you know, that there's a lot of quality at every step of the way, not only in the horses themselves, but the way they're reared, the way they're put into the great training system. And, you know, he was the beneficiary of that. A Blue Diamond winner at only his 3rd start, won his 1st start when he was, you know, barely 2 years old, because he was a 26th of November foal, and then there he was winning the Blue Diamond Preview. So, yeah, hugely exciting to have a horse of his talent and his race record to stand at Twin Hills. Blue Diamond Prelude, winning the Blue Diamond, Golden Slipper, Sire's Produce, all within a very short space of time, including a trip to Sydney, and running admirably in every race. You know, it wasn't just the Blue Diamond or the Preview. He ran third in the Prelude, 4th in the Slipper, 4th in the Sires. So every time he raced as a 2-year-old, he put his best foot forward, and that said a lot about his temperament.
Dormier's lifting, Revolutionary Miss and Jacquinot coming as well.
Talking about that Blue Diamond, I mean, he beat Revolutionary Miss and Jacquinot. When was he first on your radar? I mean, were you thinking this might be a horse we could have, or you're just sort of watching thinking, oh, that's a lovely Blue Diamond winner? Where does he sort of fit in?
Well, I suppose in answer to your question of when was he first on the radar, you look at it, we look at every horse that wins it, you know, we look at every horse that ever wins every big race and thinking, you know, what does that mean for us? Yep. Obviously, most of the time, it doesn't mean anything apart from enjoying watching them win it. When he won it, I thought he'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on, because obviously we'd love to stand a horse of that quality. And I then started talking to Vin Cox and put our case forward over time. And then, you know, a year after the Blue Diamond, effectively, we came to an agreement that he'd come to Twin Hills. So it didn't happen quickly, but he was a horse that I always liked. Obviously, I worked for Darley for a number of years. I was involved with Darley when Commands was purchased. Obviously, I was working for Darley when Epaulette raced. That's not necessarily relevant to how good a stallion he was, but he was a horse that I'd taken a particularly keen interest in. And interestingly, I think, like in mentioning Commands, there's a lot of Commands in the horse. He's sort of very compact horse. He's got his colour. You know, Epaulette, again, another lovely horse who got lots of good-looking horses, and Epaulette was a very good stallion. That's interesting when it comes to me sort of looking at the horse and identifying it and being enthusiastic about the horse, and all of that's very important. But, you know, his credentials are there for everyone to see. A Blue Diamond winner, with a great pedigree, and he's a lovely looking horse. So,
you know, his dam illustrates, she's by Street Cry, from a Lonhro mare, Parables, as you said, the old Woodlands family. You know, she won the Surround and the Silver Shadow. Her dam Fairy Tales won the Toy Show. So it's a deep, deep page.
Absolutely, high quality stuff. You know, and he's out of a street cry mare, out of a Lonro mare, out of a night shift mare.
Yes.
Great old Woodlands family. That's a terrific pedigree, really deep pedigree. And the mirror image of Epaulette, out of one of the great brood mares that's been in Australia, Accessories. The one word I'd use is sharp. You know, he's got short cannons, he's got a lovely strong shoulder, he's got a big hind quarter on him. He looks like the sort of horse who would have been a really good 2-year-old, and that's what he was. A lot of strength, compact quality. He's got a beautiful temperament. He's taken it all in his stride. Obviously, when the spring comes and he starts covering some mares, he'll take a new lease of life then. But no, he's been great. He's been here since March, but he's let down really well, and he seems to enjoy his new environment.
Peltzer going through his gears, and he does it again. 5 out of 5 at Randwick.
And of course, Peltzer. I mean, he's just gorgeous. The son of So You Think, who's, again done a fabulous job in the season just gone. Peltzer himself is that sort of more sprinty type of a So You Think, but there's still that, going through the high chaparral, that quality is there. And watching him today, he's putting on a performance. He's really feeling that he's the man now.
Yeah, he's a magnificent horse. I still pinch myself, to think we got him just at the right time. But to have a son of such a great stallion, who was such a good Peltzer was such a good 2-year-old, and went on to be a high-class horse at 3. It bodes well for him. He's got a great opportunity. He's got some lovely foals on the ground. He's had some good sales results so far, so it all bodes well. Obviously, he's got to put it together now, in the yearling ring, in the yearling sale ring next year, and on the racetrack the season after that. But so far, so good.
And I just have to declare I have a little Peltzer filly, of course, that we'll do a story on further down the track. But the other Peltzer, their foals, as we're filming them now, they're almost sort of, turning 1. How are you seeing them across the board?
He stamps them insofar as they have his head and his hip, both of which are great. So, look, really pleased so far. They've got plenty of size, quite big foals, a lot of them, and athletic, but a lot of quality. He's not your typical So You Think. Peltzer himself probably has a fair bit of influence from Elusive Quality and Flying Spur, who are his broodmare sire and second dam sire. So he's a horse with a lot of quality, and he's passing that on. So fingers crossed he can pass his racetrack performance on as well.
And it is such an exciting time. We're coming into spring again, of course, here at Twin Hills Stud. It's just a wonderful time, to be involved in this industry, isn't it?
It is. Look, it's a continuous cycle. Doing what we do, we go from 6 months of horse sales into a breeding season, but that's great. Look, it's a wonderful industry. There's some lows, but there's plenty of highs. There's a thoroughbred language that's spoken right around the world, and it's very nice to be part of that.
This week's G1 Goldmine focus on Daumier shows he has plenty of speed in his pedigree, as you'd expect from a Blue Diamond winner, but there is versatility in there too. Looking at group winners with similar pedigrees, Scintillation, Cylinder and Latine, there's aptitude to get out to a mile, but the sweet spot is 1,200 metres. Epaulette's best nicks have been with General Nadim and the dam of Kalasa Pedant, while Street Cry combines well with Load, Stormcat and interestingly with Strawberry Road through South American pedigrees.